and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Robotics. ABC News.
Hey, good work.
Russian troops continued their offensive operations in and around Bakhmut during
your mat and walk.
Is this live? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unspecified Podcast.
What's up, guys? Good evening.
Good evening. Is this live? What is up, John? Charlotte, sometimes, Mary, Karen, Jay, Anton, where's the kilt? Charm Life Lady, U.S. Patriot Lady, Anton, man, what's up? Long time no see. Independent Minnie. It was so fun hanging out with you. If you guys didn't see, she had a celebration stream. You guys should stroll over there if you haven't seen and give it a smash it a like.
That's right. 1,000 subs. That is so awesome.
That is awesome. That is such a blessing. And we are so thankful.
Mm-hmm. It was quite the shindig. It was quite the turnout.
Yeah. It was fun. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We were thankful to be up there with her live. And yes, this is live. That's an old meme. You know, that's original meme
That's
there.
Right.
Back in the day, memes weren't like what they are now. It was just like an inside joke between you and your friend or you and your dad, or like, you know, you always said that one funny thing.
I found old merch that we never I don't think we ever went live with, but it had, you know, a meme face guy with a Corona head, and it says, "Is this live?
Is this live?" Yeah, I remember that. All right. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this midnight hour, or, you know, it's close enough to midnight for us. I guess I might start calling it the midnight show. We have a ton to get into like normal, and, you know, just, you know, fair warning, it's a bunch of random stuff.
Right. Just because we're reviewing it doesn't mean we're saying it. So keep that in mind also.
Yeah. You know, stuff going on with, World War III. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good right now. But we know that, especially with the leadership in our country and the agendas at play,
That's right.
So much going on, man. So much going on. I just hope you guys are doing well. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your drinks ready, and let's get ready to dive in.
Indy says, I want merch. Look, I would love to do merch. One of the most humbling experiences that I've ever had, like on our podcast, is somebody went to a protest. Nick. It was Nick. Nick went to a protest and he had his
It was in the UK.
Yeah, he had his Riot Buddies live shirt on, or had it over his chair. And anyway, it made the newspaper, and I was like, "Whoa, that is so cool!" And one of the times that we got canceled,
That was years ago.
But look, one of the times we got canceled too, somebody went to, I think it was Twitter.
No, it was Twitch.
It was Twitch. They went to like the Twitch headquarters, one of the headquarters stations, and wrote a note and pasted it on their front door and said, please let unspecified, please unban them. They didn't do anything. I don't know. It was just really awesome and humbling.
Yeah.
People rock.
It was hard to keep up with all the do's and don'ts of different platforms, but Kim Carl, what is up, buddy? My new detail, brother. Thank you so much for that.
This podcast is now brought to you partially by A Minute Detail.
Which you guys should totally go and check out his channel.
That's right.
And sub up.
That's right.
Get your subscribe going. You know what I mean? Let's spread the love. And, man, thank you for that. Seriously. All right, you guys. Jason, what is up, dude? Brofist. All right. Oh, that's right, John. The Tinfoil Hat Society is here.
Right.
That's right, man.
Right.
That's right. So, speaking of tinfoil hat, drones, World War III.
That's what our merch needs to be, is a tinfoil hat, like a ball cap or a cowboy hat of some weird hat that looks, metallic. That way.
Like a beanie.
Right.
That looks like foil.
That's right.
Yeah.
Foil on the inside. That way the aliens can't get in your brain.
That would be impossible.
No, it would not. If I have to hand sew them myself. I don't know. No, it might be impossible.
It's a pretty good idea. Echo, what's up? All right, guys, let's dive into it. All right, the first little bit that we have to show you is a video straight out the Ukraine. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is straight out of Moscow, right? Okay, this was 2 days ago at this point. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it or seen it. Thank you so much for sharing that link, Independent Mini. All right, or Indy. I just call you Indy. I keep saying, I don't know what's going on with me. I just read the whole name.
Y'all, please pray for Landon. He's having some health concerns that we're a little worried about, but keep him in your prayers and rescue.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I will stop diverting now. Please get to it.
All right. Check this out.
Прямо около нас сейчас летел беспилотник в соседнее здание. Волосы все средние. Бомбят, пяточка.
That's pretty hardcore. But this is just like, inner city Moscow, right? Red, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you, Indy. So right here, you can just barely see it. Right before the explosion. She can hear it coming. And then, wow, let me see. Boom. You only see it for a split second. You see, it's going to be like right
there.
Right there, just above center screen. It's like a small little, maybe even gas-powered drone.
Pause it. It breaks my heart hearing
Yeah.
this person. It sounds like a kid. Breaks my heart. So
I just want to show the drone because it looks like a little plane, you know.
But aftermath wise, I don't think that that's going to go over very well.
No.
So
No. And this is, I mean, not that everyone is on Twitter. I'm not even really on Twitter. I just use it as a source of information, or information sharing. This guy, military advisor, he seems to be pretty up to date with most any kind of attacks going on. This guy he posts pretty frequently, and it's all pretty accurate from what I can tell of different military attacks,
right,
and stuff like that. Pretty hardcore stuff. So that was military advisor on Twitter. But Jack Posobiec shared this, and people are saying it's over for Ukraine. It's just a lot of funded by the who admin. So
certainly a lot of propaganda to be attached to that. So
well, that's necessarily, that's kind of true.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, where it could be taken.
Those
from
are some
here.
big characters that we're probably going to try our best to cover tonight, talk about tonight. The Obummers, okay?
Right.
The current administration, Trump and being indicted. You know what I mean? That's kind of breaking.
Yeah.
But we're not really a huge authority figure. We're we're a kind of a eclectic hodgepodge of a podcast, but definitely trying to keep our eyes on what's going on.
Right. Absolutely. I'm thinking about this though, and like the stories that are going to come out. I'm sure some people are going to say it's a false flag, right? Or that it was self-inflicted, that Russia did it to themselves just to instigate. But I don't know. I don't, here I am, naive me, saying, I don't think Russia would do that to their own people. But what was it, Stalingrad, or where was it that they starved their own people?
Stalingrad.
Yeah. So, that's a very naive way for me to think about it. But, I don't know. And then, where did they get if it
well,
was...
it's kind of like what Uncool Paranoia was saying in Indy's chat last night, was like, what a time to be alive.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
these things to be happening. And not that it's necessarily good and exciting in a good way, but it's, we are seeing so much. I mean, I'm seeing another podcast talk about like 10 signs that we know that we're living in apocalyptic times, you know.
And it's difficult because, like, you have to find the line between preparing for that, right? Preparing for an apocalyptic situation, which that doesn't just mean the apocalypse. That doesn't necessarily mean, rapture and judgment day. It could just mean the fall of your particular country. Like America is not doing good right now. And so,
which kind of goes without saying, but
right, absolutely. But I'm just saying, if there are so many sticks in the fire, if at any point, one of them topples over, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So like, we've got economy, we've got food crisis, we've got they've got all these. Well, we'll get into more.
It's like every angle,
exactly.
Like every angle of attack. You're talking about demoralization, propaganda for, well, at least since the 50s.
Yep.
And we're starting to see the result of that in relationships and the very founding blocks of the societal structure of our nation.
Right.
And we're under attack from almost every angle.
Yeah. But like finding the balance between, okay, you want to prepare for life in the event that you're wrong. I want to prepare for life in the event that I'm wrong and things continue as normal for another 100 years. You don't want to put all your eggs into the basket of, completely draw away from society and don't do anything, because then, you don't grow with the times, and you become outdated, which isn't necessarily all the way a bad thing. But when you're talking about children and things like that, it's not fair. But at the other hand, you don't want to go along with the flow if the flow is, leading to demise or leading you against what the Father wants us to be doing, the Father's business,
Yeah.
So like finding that balance is challenging, but
Yeah.
possible.
Okay, so speaking of things flying in the air, this is just a crazy happening. Off a small plane crashed into the water off Hampton Beach yesterday. I guess that's a Cub, little Cub, Cub plane, right there off the beach, and he's okay. I mean, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is crazy. That's crazy. That's just a
Can
random...
you imagine being in the water and when that happens? But in my head, I'm like, okay, instant shark repellent, like no sharks in the area.
I don't know.
For at least 100 feet.
It's crazy that it flipped all the way over and then it flipped back over. It's done straight up, flips back over, And that's, what is that? Off Hampton Beach? I don't know if it's Southampton. What is that?
The plane was doing the whale challenge.
It was. Where's Sully when you need him?
I don't get it. Who's Sully?
The guy that landed that plane.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
In the
Okay.
Hudson River.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I don't know if you guys heard about this.
Oh my
Possible
gosh.
illegal medical lab. It was operating out of an abandoned warehouse in Reedley. Inside, mice bioengineered to incubate the COVID-19 virus. The lab was discovered near I and 9th Streets.
Okay, just a quick reminder. Anybody remember this little flu that went around called the bubonic plague? Okay, I say flu, facetiously, but it was how was it spread? By rats, by mice, and so like
My conspiracy wheels were turning. I was like, aerosol?
well, okay, yeah, yes, but official story was by mice. Okay, so if you have all these mice that are contaminated and then oops, they got out, which mice do, that's a real quick way to have a real big problem.
Yeah.
Continue.
Funny that you say that.
30 refrigerators and freezers, some broken, were found filled with bodily fluids. Health officials tell us they are shocked at the biological house of horror. CBS 47's Juanita Adame live in studio with the shocking details tonight.
Well, Brian, this story is so complicated. There are local, state, and federal agencies all involved. Now, what prompted this investigation was a simple garden hose that was illegally attached and coming out of the back of a building. It was back in April inside this abandoned warehouse in Reedley that a discovery so shocking was made that it left local health officials stunned.
This is a truly unusual situation. I've been in government for 25 years. I've never seen anything like this.
I've never have seen this in my 26-year career with the county of Fresno.
What was supposed to be an empty building used only for storage was home to an unauthorized lab testing facility, something no one had even conceived of.
So
it's inconceivable.
It's inconceivable. Comments are saying like California is 100% where the zombie apocalypse is going to outbreak.
Oi, oi, oi.
California is 100% where the zombie apocalypse outbreak begins. Someone else said, saying she has been in government for 25 plus years is one of the biggest problems.
A garden hose was illegally attached. Get out of California. That's what I was thinking. I was like, really? Like, in my head, I'm like, really? Like, y'all had, like, official people come over because of how your garden hose was attached? But, hey, I guess this is why those rules are in place. Thank goodness, huh? Maybe? I don't know.
Why is anyone surprised that China would use our open borders to make a bioweapon lab here so they don't even have to invade later?
That's right. Release the mice.
U.S. government is running ops against the populace is what's going on. I'm just reading comments. Okay. I'm just reading comments. This is I mean, this is next level for me. You know, this is wild.
We reach out to our local public health directors throughout the state, California, and there's really nobody has really expressed this type of interaction with a unlicensed lab. So it is something new.
The discovery was made after a local code enforcement officer noticed this garden hose.
Can't have that there.
Hey, that looks fishy.
Can't be like that.
No, that ain't right. I'm gonna call
poking
somebody.
out a back wall of the building.
Frankly, we knew that shouldn't be there. And when she went to go investigate, she found that there was activity or operation or something happening within that building.
The city then obtained several search warrants to enter the building. Once inside, no staff was located.
That poor cop really probably thought that they were finding like a hydroponics, like lab growing thing or something, like maybe some, I mean, not that that really is necessary in California since weed is illegal, but you know, if it's not through the state or whatever, she probably thought it was something totally different than what he or she walked into. You know what I'm saying?
One of the comments says, funny she doesn't even mention it's owned by the Chinese. Took me a nanosecond to find that info.
Yeah. Yep. Fake news. Really?
But
there was a special room that was built housing about 1,000 mice, 1,000 white lab mice.
And the reason the mice were in the lab was jaw-dropping.
Through their statements, that they were doing some testing on laboratory mice there that would help them support developing the COVID test kits that they had on site.
Documents show the lab was also being used to produce pregnancy tests. 200.
Wait, so the lab that had all of this in it was producing pregnancy tests?
Evidently.
I mean,
of the nearly 1,000 mice were already dead. According to court documents, all the rodents were being caged in, quote, inhumane conditions. Also found thousands of vials, many of which contained biohazards, materials including human blood, unidentified tissue, and other unknown substances.
A lot of these are being classified under unknown chemicals. Labels had been removed from bottles, so there was only certain testing we could do to those chemicals.
According to court documents, experts determined that at least 20 potentially infectious, viral, bacterial, and parasitic agents were being stored inadequately, including E. coli, malaria, and even COVID. The city of Reedley immediately called in the CDC, the FBI, the California Department of Public Health, and the Fresno County Department of Public Health.
I think because of that swift action that was taken, we really have been able to maintain public safety this entire time.
Over the course of several weeks, investigators figured out just what they were up against. And as of now,
it looks more like a black site. Like, it just looks to me like whatever's happening there isn't happening.
Right.
Like, you know, like those like a CIA black site or something like that. Not that this is CIA. I'm not saying it's CIA. I'm saying, you know, it seems like a black site.
Right.
Like whatever the budget is, it never happened.
Yeah.
You know?
I love how this person's like, fake news.
There are no more biologicals, there are no more mice, but they still will see us abating. There's 30 freezers and fridges, there's medical equipment, there's all sorts of furniture in there. And so they'll still see some activity, nothing hazardous at this point.
Prado said the owners operated under the name Prestige Biotech, and so far they aren't saying much.
Some of our other federal and state partners still have active investigations going, so I really can speak more to the building side of it.
Now again, Reedley city officials emphasized that the lab had no city approval to operate and was supposed to be vacant. Investigators are working to figure out what to do next. Live here in the studio, Juanita Adames, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
I've been in government for 25 years.
So
she very much seemed like it's okay, it's gonna be fine.
That's just wild.
That is absolutely wild. What do you guys think about that?
You know, I don't know. Let's see. A minute detail says, nice. Rats near Lake Tahoe still carry plague. That's right. Probably, you know.
No, it's true. I've for years I've seen articles like that in California too.
Jocko Flacco makes a good point. At this point, where is the military?
Yeah, that's true.
I think it would be a hard pill to swallow to see what the military has turned into at this point. Not saying that there aren't special units with good folks, or, you know, that there aren't plenty of good folks, but the leadership is questionable, you know, about what they really care about. You know, that, you know, not that I know.
Mostly peaceful rodents.
That's funny, Jason. Red says follow the money. My idea is like, I don't know if you could in this situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it would be quite the, you know, there's like official books, and then there's all kinds of stuff that didn't happen.
Right. I was going to say, the fact that it's owned by the Chinese means you're dealing with a whole nother set of rules and regulations.
Ooh. Nan says, I think they are avoiding the fentanyl lab subject. This is easier. Wow. Yeah. Check this out. Let me see. Get some audio.
Oh, hold on. Before we press play. Now, I really like this clip was very jaw-dropping to me, but it is disclaimer alert, it is very much dependent on the fact that it's not been chopped up and edited. I haven't gone and watched the original statement, so, you know, we're very much leaning on the fact that the overall, you know, spirit of what was trying to be said did not get edited out.
There are people from upcoming danger for humanity. The World Health Organization wants all countries to sign an agreement on handing over the authority to declare a pandemic, procure vaccine and drugs. It will be healthier and safer for humanity to sign agreement with the Colombian drug cartel. They know all about drugs for sure. During the COVID pandemic, World Health Organization only told lies. It should be declared a terroristic organization. They lied. That is a new and novel virus. That is possible to make an effective vaccine. That the vaccine is 82% effective. That it protects against serious illness and deaths. That all, of course, were foolish and lies. Today, World Health Organization is more dangerous for humanity than World Economic Forum. Thank you.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
What you say about that?
I think that they're bad news.
Yeah.
Bad news. Let's see. NHS whistleblower, we were ordered to euthanize patients to falsely increase Wuhan wiggle counts while hospitals were empty.
I did go back and read the article on this, and, you know, like, it's a legit article. There was a whistleblower who said this. Whether or not that's true, I can't speak to that. But imagine that point of view where, you know, you were scared, you went to the hospital, and that's where the danger was. And then think back to, you know, what is it that I've heard you say before? The scariest words are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah. The 9 scariest words in the human language.
Right.
President Ronald Reagan said that.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what the streets of New York look like. Overflowed hotels. New York City sidewalks are completely taken over by homeless immigrants.
So,
What? What?
give me just a sec.
You get what you voted for, you know? And, I don't know. How do you help this many people?
Oh, I know.
when you can't even help yourselves. What are you looking up?
Okay, so we have 52 days until fall.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's gonna happen? New York is not sidewalk living friendly, and so where I'm from, people used to we didn't really see homeless people a whole lot. That's 7.5 weeks. Where I'm from, you didn't see homeless people out a lot because it was so cold, but there were tunnels underneath the city, and always heard that that's where, the homeless population was.
Well, we know for a fact that that's where the homeless population of Las Vegas is.
Right.
There are these huge drainage washout tunnels.
Yep.
And that there are like entire apartments made.
And we already, and so without a doubt, New York has tunnels. So I don't know, I have no clue what all I'm saying is they're not going to be able to be out on the street like this, but for, a
short time.
Right.
Yeah.
A few more weeks.
And even less up north.
Right.
Because it's going to start affecting them.
That's right.
John, with, I knew him as the Enclave, but he was saying that they're getting into the 60s.
Really?
At night.
Wow.
So nights are going to start getting colder until inevitably the days will start to get colder.
That's right.
And
well, heck, I remember, when I was a kid, it was not uncommon at all to have snow for Halloween. And sometimes as early as September.
All right. What's next? Oh, check this out. A little bit of tech news.
I'll let you know when to go.
Okay.
Okay, ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Recording?
Yes.
Cool. So hi, I'm Tom, and this is Transcribe Glass, subtitles for the real world. So using our device, you can actually see captions for everything I say in your field of view in real time, while also getting a good sense of my lips, my environment, and everything else around me. That's Transcribe Glass, designed to help you fully understand the conversation. Thank you.
I'll let you know when to go.
What do you think about that?
Now that's cool.
I mean, it is cool.
I'll tell you that for free. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Stanford students built glasses for deaf people that transcribe conversation in real life, which, I mean, that's very impressive.
Yeah. I'm not even deaf, and I would get those for certain conversations, especially when talking to some of these Cajuns. Absolutely. Do you think it has Cajun translation?
I don't know, but if that's what I'm starting to think is if it does,
right?
Then you're moving into like modern Babel kind of.
Whoa! If it really had translation.
Well, I assume that these kind of platforms, like with the Apple headset, those are just going to continue to increase in not only availability but user friendly. Ease of use.
Yep.
So it's going to be easier to use, more available, and if they integrate this into, what is there? There's the Amazon glasses they've tried.
Yep.
There's the Google glasses.
Well, but just strictly alone, if you were wearing these and let's say somebody was speaking Spanish, I mean, how easy, just like subtitles on a TV, how easy would it be to say, Spanish to English?
I'm not saying that this right now as it stands isn't awesome, because it is.
Right.
And it's going to be a serious blessing for those who are deaf.
Right.
But could it be, kind of, which it would still be cool if they, you go to Japan and someone says stuff to you. It would be so much easier for you to learn whatever language,
right,
you know what
if
I mean?
You could see it. But here's where we start. Okay, now are these, subtitles, are they being recorded somewhere? Because imagine then where every conversation,
depending on like what, if it's Amazon, if they adopt this with their glasses, or Apple, if they adopt this with their glasses, it's absolutely going to be recorded.
Right.
Because we know that they were, there's a lot of recorded, data, metadata.
There's naive Tiffany again, though, because, I mean, as if we're not already being listened to, but This just puts it right in front of your
I get
face.
the feeling we're being listened to right now.
You don't say.
All right. I think that's really awesome, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how this goes. I hope it.
Oh, they'll take it and twist it.
I think
I'm sure.
more likely what's going to happen is like they're gonna sell this technology to, like I said,
right,
someone else, and they're going to use it in their own ways. Still cool. This is just a little.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Yeah, it's just a doom break.
Okay, the music is not part of it. They're obviously like working together to yank on something. But imagine driving home and like you look over.
I'm not even sure. I think they're unclogging a clean out.
Oh my gosh.
Guy in the middle living the dream. Pipe fitting, you know what I mean? Fitting the pipe. They're having a good time.
There you go.
They're having a good time. Okay, right back into the mess.
Wow.
Or the madness, one could say. 18-year-old boy died after doctors tried to create a, I'm sure you can read there, from part of his colon. Disturbing story from the UK reveals that a trans-identified teenager died from complications that arose from a surgery in which doctors tried to build him a female part using parts of his colon.
And again, when I went in and did the research on this, this actually happened a couple of years back, and the young person died of they said E. coli. So there was E. coli bacteria that was introduced places it shouldn't have been introduced, but the whole thing makes me like cringe uncomfortably.
Yeah.
So prayers to the family.
Yeah. Yep.
Moving on.
Yeah. Terrible news. This is another kind of a doom break. I don't know. What you make of it what you will. Here, we'll just watch. This is in Huron, Ohio. At a bank.
What happened? Oh, parkour!
Get out. Get
Wah,
out.
wah.
Put your hands behind your back. Who's here with you?
Poor guy.
Oh, you could really see the disappointment. I rarely root for the bad guy.
That's going in the unit highlight reels.
But that made me think of The Office. When they're doing the parkour and they fall into the tree.
How about that placement? Perfect placement for them to be there, right as he. It's like maybe they saw the trash can and they were like, well, that's a weird place for a trash can.
No, they had to have been called because look, they're parked over there. Somebody must have saw something on the security camera. I don't know.
Wasn't meant to be, man.
Yeah,
it just wasn't meant to be. I mean, that's.
If they put the bin there, that's brilliant. That's hilarious. Right? Oh, right there. That's the.
Oh.
I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah, man, it's a big deal.
I'm sorry, bud. All right. Oh, see, oof. If he hit
that was close.
Yeah, like if he had hit his goodbye teeth, And some police officers in the moment, they don't really particularly care about what damage you incur along your route to jail.
Wait, say that again?
I said some police officers don't particularly care what damage you incur on your path to jail, So like If he had knocked his face and like broke his teeth off, it was like, well, you know.
Gosh, that's so graphic.
It really is. There was this one video I saw today. They blurred it and everything, but evidently some female cop like took down this male suspect. And it really, like, from the video he wasn't doing very much, but I don't have any context, but she came up on him, took his pants down, and threatened to tase his testicles. Yep. Okay. Threatened to tase him in the testicles. Now imagine if a male cop had pulled down a female's pants and threatened to tase her in the
wow
privates.
That's a
Would that be appropriate? No. So like that's messed up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really messed up.
Weird. I hadn't seen that.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. All right, moving on. So, you know, just be careful out there these days with folks. You know, things are weird. Times are different. We're not in the world we used to be in. I'm not even fully sure. I'm just going to play the video. Keep your head on a swivel. I guess she bumps him. I don't know if she bumped him. I don't know what's going on here. He gets a cart. Weird. This is graphic, so, you know. Bonk. I mean, that could have killed her. She's moving, so... I mean, just these days, you know, I don't even know what the dude did. I almost assumed that she was with him. I don't even know what she did to deserve this. But the commentary says I didn't see that coming. And yeah, I mean, just, I don't know. Be careful out there, running your errands, tending to your business, Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
I'm trying to hold my mouth because it makes me angry, but
what this does?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something.
What I mean, like, boy, you must have the emotional intelligence of a 3-year-old.
See, folks in the chat there, or not in the chat, I'm sorry. Folks in the comments are like, well, she won't be doing that anymore. But what exactly did she do?
Standing there on the, I mean, granted, situational awareness, you should be able to see somebody coming at you with a big old shopping cart, but also there's a urge to mind your own business, right? Like when you're out in public, you don't want to be staring at people and stuff, because sometimes people approach you for looking too much, but you're really just trying to keep an eye on whatever situation they got going on.
So good situational awareness. That's right. Carry if you can, and mind your P's and Q's, because there ain't no telling what folks will do these days. We're seeing all kind of craziness. Okay.
John said the guy resisted in regards to the story I was told about the female cop. John said that guy resisted and fought the cops. She didn't pull his pants down. They came down during the fight. And the cop was in Tennessee, supposed to be a clasp of the Bible Belt. I think she missed church, LOL. But hold on. Guy resisted, and then the female cop was 100% in the right, John says. I still think that that's wildly inappropriate. But if she didn't, because of course.
Guy cops don't go around saying, hey, I'm going to tase you in the you-know-what.
Right.
I think I'm not going to make an argument for a situation that I have no knowledge of. I haven't seen this.
I watched the video with noise off because I don't know. I don't like to hear people screaming and in agony and stuff like that. Like, it's a downer,
I think it's a kind of a good thing. But all right, let's move on. Speaking of craziness, what's happening in Ireland exactly? What is this? Because does this look like Ireland to you?
Seeing all the rugby sticks, yeah, I'd say yeah.
perde aqui o rumo. Que horror.
Yeah, I don't really understand even what's happening. Let's see. You don't want to actually know what's happening in Ireland and France and Spain and Germany and Belgium and Italy and Sweden and Norway and UK and the Netherlands. You don't because you already know. But thank you for sharing this footage for the people that either don't know or refuse to trust what they see with their own eyes. So, what is that? Probably had to shut down the pub, and the locals are furious. Weird, I was in Ireland for a week earlier this month and didn't see any shenanigans while traveling about. Diversity and the IRA hasn't gotten involved yet. I don't know. Dude just got hit with a shovel, I can say that.
What's up, God the Son, Jesus Christ saves?
Yeah, what's up? I don't know what's going on in this, but man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Seems like mobs break out pretty quickly.
And they're violent.
They can be.
No guns in Ireland. No fear of guns. So they're running after somebody who stands there until they get too close and then he runs away.
What?
Well, he's kind of the hero in this because he kind of draws them, whoever these people are, away.
That is just like a zombie situation, okay? If the zombies are surrounding your house and it's vulnerable, you know, somebody has to go out and draw them away for the group, go to the group, and hopefully it's somebody with good cardiovascular, you know?
Yeah, they can keep it up.
And then they all chase them, and it's just like this.
Anyway. Greta Thunberg, laughing at you all.
She would never.
So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties. Oh, I'm so sorry. How dare you! You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet... So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties. Oh, I'm so sorry. How dare you! You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet...
It's a sham, folks.
Well, at least you don't take yourself too seriously.
I think it's a sham. We work for you, Greta. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What?
What?
Did I hear those first few words correctly? Barbecue sauce on my... But, yeah.
Can you play that again, please?
I was, barbecue sauce on my titties. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I thought she said face. I don't know. I thought she said face.
How dare you!
I thought she said
my
fritties.
And my childhood with your empty words, and yet...
Oh my gosh.
She's an actor. They tell her what to say, what to tweet, what to respond. You know, she doesn't have to think about what's the right thing to say because they tell her.
Right.
She has a handler. You know, sham, scam.
She probably thinks of herself as the mockingbird, you know, from Hunger Games. She's
Close
like,
to it.
I'm pretty much Katniss for the world. Okay.
If that's what she wants to think.
District Globe.
What else do we have?
I'm sorry.
The over-engineered backyard grill.
I love it. Do 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 do.
Someone in the comments says it isn't over-engineered if the food is better or cooking is easier as a result. I believe you may have misspelled perfectly engineered. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try it. It looks fun.
Dinner is coming.
Yeah. Dinner is served.
No.
I like it. I don't know. It's pretty weird looking.
I dig it. It looks like it should be, that looks like the chandeliers I see.
I would never do my steak like that.
Okay, I just had a brilliant idea. This looks like the hoity-toity fancy ladies chandeliers. And no offense to anybody in the chat if you have a hoity-toity lamp like this. Good on ya. I want one. It's purely out of jealousy. Okay. Anyway, now imagine if you combine the artistic beauty of this with the usefulness of an oven, right? So like imagine a kitchen, okay, that has I don't know, some sort of fire pit on the floor, it's super modern, it's really cool. You've got this hanging in the middle of the room, okay? Do you see it? It's hanging. All right, there's like a pole,
A modern version of this?
Yeah, okay, it's like a pole. It's better than a stripper pole. It's a steak pole.
Gyro
okay?
steak.
Yeah, okay. And it just in the middle of your room. All right, there's a fireplace on the floor, but it can't leave the circle.
Because it's so well engineered.
That's right, because that's the modern. And then you've just got your steak swinging in this middle, all right? And the Game of Thrones song plays anytime it's spinning. Well, that's it. That's our...
Gyro oven and gyro microwave. Landon, how many times do you flip a steak while cooking it? No more than 2 times.
Oh, yeah, no.
Just one time. Just one flip.
I have a particular way of cooking steaks.
You put a sear on the first side.
That's right.
You flip it over. You get the edges when you're done. About 500 degrees, somewhere in there. Salt and pepper only. You can get a little more if you want to. Right. You can do more than that. But
I believe you
said, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm doing it, it doesn't have to be any more complicated than 500 degrees, right?
What was it you said about the steak I made the other night? The fat tasted like what? Like what?
Like mashed potatoes.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like a whole meal.
Oh, Independent Mini says better than a stripper pole. It's a steak pole.
There's a shirt. How many times?
There's a shirt. That's funny. All right. There's no telling what's coming after this. Okay, so
excited.
Buckle up. I have no idea.
I want that really bad.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best. Okay, when you flush at your friend's house and the water won't stop rising.
No.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh my gosh. I've been there. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is.
Yeah. We visited Tiff's family years ago. Okay. And her grandpa built his house himself by hand.
That's right.
I don't even think he had one helper. It was very rare, very seldom. And, so like the septic system, everything. He built everything.
That's right.
And Tiff clogged up the toilet. And that's like one of his biggest pet peeves, her grandpa's pet peeves. And I think she blamed it on me.
No, absolutely not. That was not me. That was you. I would never. I have known this man my whole life, okay? I know the 2-sheet rule, all right? You were new. You didn't know the rule. It's my fault still for not telling you. But... I'm just kidding. It was me. All right, go ahead.
Oh, I knew it. She admits it live. Okay.
That's ridiculous. The 2-sheet rule is a scam. You might as well put 3 seashells in there,
You have to be more
Grandpa.
tactical at Papaw's house. You have to have your own baggie. Okay.
No.
You must bring wipes. Okay. You do all your business. You put it in the bag. You take it with you. You can dry up. He offers
Anyway.
two pieces of toilet paper for you to finish everything up.
He was mad.
Yeah, he was really upset about that. But it wasn't me.
And that's the worst. Like when you clog a toilet and then the person whose toilet you clogged is not cool about it. And my grandpa is like one of the coolest dudes you've ever met. Like very few things get him going. but clogging up his toilet is one of them because he's only got one of them things. So he's got to go.
Everybody has to use it, so
Right.
it's got to get fixed. You can't put it off, you know.
This just cracks me up so much. All right, that was good. Thank you.
All
I
right,
appreciate
all right.
that.
All right, let's see what this girl says.
This look, this is an emotional roller coaster here.
Do you want to preface this at all?
Okay, don't judge a lefty by their direction, because sometimes they've got wisdom too.
Us, the facial recognition, the financial discrimination, the in-access. They're stopping a lot of us at borders and denying us entry into the United States. And a lot of that is based off of fake facial recognition, the censorship, the surveillance, the deplatforming. A lot of us have been trying to tell y'all that they have been doing this shit to us so that they can do it to you. I made a post earlier about how they're trying to tie social security numbers to social media posts. You're watching Sesta Fosta be so successful. That's why they're introducing Earn It, Restrict, COSA, all of these online safety bills to further censor and surveil the internet. And we have been trying to tell y'all that they will utilize this technology on the most marginal and most vulnerable people, especially when you consider what's going on in this country with bodily autonomy and privacy. We have been trying to tell y'all. I know people have noticed that they're having people upload IDs and scan their faces to access certain platforms or information online, and that is dangerous. It's especially frustrating when a lot of people's, solidarity and support and progressive ideals completely fly out the window and are replaced with hostility and confusion when sex workers enter the chat. You guys need to be forming solidarity and to be collaborating with us and to be including us in your movements, because we've been trying to tell y'all that this is coming. We're the canaries in the coal mine for this shit, but canaries don't matter when they're fucking dead. A lot of this censorship and surveillance and monitoring of people's movements has bipartisan support. They are using this tech to embolden a police state, all under the guise of protecting and saving. They are widening the net of what can be considered deviant. It's been time for people to be paying attention to this.
We found out that the MTA has been using AI to track fare evasion. They'll be increasing.
Sex workers have been telling y'all that they have been testing this shit out on us. The facial recognition, the financial discrimination, the in-access. They're stopping a lot of us at borders and denying us entry into the United States. And a lot of that is based off of fake facial recognition, the censorship, the surveillance, the deplatforming. A lot of us have been trying to tell y'all that.
I listened to it too many times, I guess, because the first 1 or 2 times that I watched it, I was like, yeah, she's really speaking a lot of truth. And then this time I was just captivated by the thought of like, whoa, if she has a runny nose, she's got like 3 extra holes to overcome. And then I was like, crap, I'm not thinking about the message here. And then I thought about the shirt, and she's got like a lot of craziness happening with this person on her shirt. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm not involved with, I don't know.
But it does make sense what she's saying. Like, the fact
she's saying that they've been trying to tell us.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, who is she trying to tell?
Anybody, well, she's trying to tell the next.
It sounds like she's speaking to the left and liberals.
Anybody who will listen.
Oh.
I don't think she cares about. I think she's trying to say, hey, there's a bigger issue at play here. And yeah, I mean, it's very, that meets the MO of, using marginalized people, as your, like, oh, nobody cares if a sex worker doesn't have access to their money, like it probably wasn't, legitimately earned anyway or whatever. So, but, just like Kanye West, like when he went off and made his anti-Semitic remarks, he lost access to like his millions or billions of dollars. Like the bank cut him off. And nobody cared because, like poor rich guy, right? But like imagine being a millionaire and not having access to any of your money. And then imagine just being a normal person, like on your way home from work. Oops, you should have got gas this morning. The gas light's on because now the bank is mad at you and you can't use your card. So figure out how to get home, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of that social credit stuff is definitely on its way.
Yeah.
And so I guess what she's saying is that they've been using facial recognition technology on on sex workers.
Right. And she's saying we've been trying to tell people, but
think about all the people that unlock their phones with their face. You think Apple is completely benevolent with the social recognition and the metadata that they get?
Right.
You think they just delete all that? No, they save every bit of that.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, they're emboldened. They're using this technology, which reminds me, apparently Los Angeles is going to stop detaining and incarcerating for any crime that isn't a felony.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Oh, no more bail.
Wow. What does that even mean? What's that going to look like? Purge? I mean,
I'll be honest, not too terribly different than what it looks
like
like now, I imagine.
They're trying to bring about some bad movie in real life. You know, like they want to bring about some kind of third world chaos, you know, so we're definitely under attack. All right, moving forward. What would you do if this happened in your plane?
Well, I can tell you, you would not be having a good time.
I would not be having a good time.
Ironic.
I would straight up be thinking, like, what is this crap?
Right.
What are they doing to us? What kind of disease are we going to have when we land? When will we turn? When are we going to start attacking people?
Landon is very particular about what he's inhaling, which is ironic because he vapes. Well, you know, he had stopped, but then he picked it back up. So pray for him because he's quitting again.
Yeah.
But considering that he, you know, has vaped in the past and is currently intermittently vaping, you wouldn't think that like inhaling vapor would be an issue for him, but like anytime there's a bonfire, he's very particular. No plastics, no, you know, like chemicals, like, and so this, you know, if this is
even when folks are spraying aerosol canisters,
yep,
or with cleaners and
very
any
particular.
of that stuff, yeah, you got to be very careful
particular.
about that stuff.
And so, like in this situation, if it's what's that called, an electrical fire or something, like I know he'd be like, you don't know what we're inhaling. I smell plastic.
Yeah. Remember the harmless gas they sprayed in subways in New York a while back? Exactly, Indy. That is exactly what I was thinking.
Are they spraying or is this a fire?
Oh, I don't know I don't think it's a fire because if you listen, people are laughing. So it's either some kind of atmospheric water vapor phenomena, but people are like they're laughing.
What if it's glycerin though? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like
that wouldn't be a bad
this
thing.
Immediately. I'm so glad you said that, Indy, because that's exactly what this made me think of was the spraying, where a company was straight up like, yeah, we're testing this, whatever. I don't remember if they said what it was or if they didn't. They just said they were testing the population of New York City. So there's no telling what they sprayed on y'all or what y'all breathed in, and there's no telling what these folks are breathing in, and there's no telling. You know, because they could just say we have no idea what happened there, but really, you know, there's a whole situation going on. You know, I don't know, but that is weird. That is definitely weird. That is freaky. Okay. Yeah, I'm the same way, Charm Life Lady. Spraying sunscreen or anything like that. That, you know, any like glass cleaners, aerosol spray. I don't like it. Don't like breathing it. None of that. Very, very try to avoid that. If I was on that flight, I'd probably be commenting on the need to hire quality workers, but it could always be a test for an aerosol dispersion system for in a plane.
I do not agree to be your test subject.
Yeah, man. I never did. I never, you know, consented to this. You know, this is crazy. I want a refund. Anyway. What?
I want a refund. Funny.
Yeah. When am I going to turn?
Turn what?
Like a zombie.
Oh.
Like how long is this stuff going to do? Is this going to make it to where I make it to my hotel room and then I'm going to start turning?
How long do I have? All right.
If you guys didn't know, apparently Elon Musk changed the name of Twitter, or he changed the logo. It's an X now.
Why are they trying to get him to remove it?
I think it's a city thing. Plus, the left is very upset about it, I guess. The Department of Building Inspection is investigating Elon Musk's recently rebranded Twitter for installing a large X on the Market Street headquarters roof without permission. So he didn't ask anybody if he could do this. He just erected it. But that's that's neither here nor there. For those with eyes to see and ears to hear, y'all already know what's up with the symbolism behind X. If you guys would like to inform others in the chat or leave comments down below of the symbolism that involving X or XX, because there's some symbolism there that right. If I get into number one, I'm not an authority on it, so I don't know everything by any means, and but it could be easily passed off as his son's name is XAEA 12 or something like that.
Which don't even get me AE or I don't remember. I'm gonna have to. I'll look it up. Have it ready for next time.
Yeah, and I can do some brush up, or I can gather some information about the symbology of X and what that has to do with.
TPP says, I've been on non-pressurized cabin prop planes and the condensation comes through the cracks. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And by the way, guys, that reminds me, please, if you haven't already, smash the like button. It would be a small thing that would really help us out if there's anything that you did like. We're not going anywhere right now, but I just wanted to do a quick share us out with any friends that are like-minded or are, have their eyes open to what's going on around them. And, if you really want to juice the algo and help us out, help us to grow, because we can't grow without you guys, especially in this day and age on YouTube. If you guys could please leave comments down below after the show and make sure that you're subscribed, that would be a huge blessing.
Southside Boxing says, mate, he's been trying to get his mark out there for years. Boom.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. Did Elon Musk really share it? Oh, he laughed at it. Wow.
Right, it made this intersection, but like it's way up off the street and it was still just like a flash of lightning going on. We came home and tried to watch a movie and it was flashing through this window so bright that even with the shades down, it was so distracting that we had to leave the room and go to the side of the apartment that doesn't face their building. It was crazy.
It does look intensely bright. Legal. Illegal. Legal. Oof. Golly. I don't know if they're okay.
Yeah, they had stolen that car and drove it like it was stolen. They got out, continued to grab everything from it and flee the scene.
Elon Musk really did tweet a laughy face. He just tweeted a laughy face. Because it's so bright.
Oh.
It's in your face. But, I don't know. I don't think most of us care about what Elon does or...
Well, yeah, because we don't have a big old bright light shining in our
That's
window.
true. That's true. I mean, but the majority of folks...
but to be fair, that doesn't look like, like that looks like a pretty bright place anyway. But, not the same, I suppose.
This looks pretty mellow. I mean, it looks very bright, but I don't think it's like, I don't know. Look, let me not speak to it. There it is. I'm showing it to you guys.
There you go.
You can just Google Elon's X, and I'm sure all kinds of stuff will come up. But, anyway. All right. So, feminists, women in the early 20th century had it so hard, we couldn't even vote. Men, early 20th century.
I don't know if you can play this.
Yeah.
It's going to be too violent.
It's pretty violent.
All right. You get the picture.
Yeah, it's pretty violent, but,
It's true. It's very true, but it's like a solid minute of just graphic war. Okay.
And this is why men could vote at the time. You know what I mean? Because they could be drafted to go and do this,
Right.
So, World War I is not taught or shown enough and 100% needs more attention. That's very true. That's very true. Oh boy, I'm not going to get into this debate right now, but yeah, Yeah, wow. If you watch this, it's pretty hardcore. When a liberal calls you a conspiracy theorist, tell them, "Oh, really? You believe men can have babies? You believe men can have periods? You believe cow farts are going to destroy planet Earth?" And on and on and on. They might want to sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? That's from Cat Turd. That's a Twitter account that, a lot of people like. I'm not going to read that, but if you can read that, that's pretty funny. Yeah. All right. Remember when China started giving U.S. diplomats mandatory Wuhan wiggle tests up there? You know what? It's for real. This isn't just some, U.S. diplomats in China subject to anal swab testing for Wuhan wiggle, State Department says. The U.S. had received assurances from China that the tests were done in error, a Department of State spokesperson said. I mean, I'm not going to go and read all that, but that's a real article. This really happened.
Well, yeah, I remember when they were doing it to everybody, but like...
Today's landscape is increasingly complicated and competitive. It's a world where familiar threats persist, from terrorism and nuclear proliferation to an aggressive Russia, a provocative North Korea, and a hostile Iran.
Anyway, we'll move on.
Oh my gosh. We were just talking about this the other day, okay? The invisibility. Wait. We got to build up for it. The invisibility cloak, okay? I've known it was real since I was a kid, all right? And I just knew, and I've been waiting, and here we go. It's here. Here we go.
10 amazing invisibility technologies. Number 10, quantum stealth. This amazing invisibility technology was created by Hyperstealth Biotechnology Corp. and has been dubbed a real-life Harry Potter invisibility cloak. The quantum stealth, as it's more commonly called, can obscure objects, making them appear.
Now, imagine an aircraft with that on the bottom.
That's a really good point.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Invisible. The sheet is made of light-bending material and boasts the use of something called broadband invisibility. The technology could be used to hide anything from ships to vehicles to spacecraft.
Ships, you say?
Vehicles, you say? Huh. Maybe the air kind of vehicles? I don't know. But I mean, you know, it's weird how much, you know, technology information that's just not in the main zeitgeist that is totally exists. Let's see, Anti-Jack, what's up? It's good to see you. I'm gonna go ahead and throw you a wrench. There we go. Bada boom, your wrench has been given.
The company explains that quantum stealth can render a subject invisible from a variety of spectrums.
Do y'all mind if we watch this? Because I'm super
Well, we can't watch the whole thing, but we wanted to bring it up to you.
Can we watch there's 10 different types, so we've seen 2. Can we just fast forward it to the next one and just brush real quick on just the main
technology is currently patent pending, but its creators are confident that it will find a variety of future uses. Number 9. Electromagnetic cloaking. Researchers from Spain have been working hard on a groundbreaking invisibility technology called electromagnetic cloaking. This technology
Wonder Woman already has that tech.
utilizes the principles behind plasmonic cloaking and leans on previous studies from Stanford University scientists. Electromagnetic cloaking is, essentially, the interaction of light and nanostructures. When light and nanostructures interact, they create electrical currents that make objects appear invisible. This technology, although amazing, is limited though, as scientists point out that it can only be used to hide small objects. Number 8. Octopus-inspired synthetic skin. Scientists often turn to nature for inspiration when developing new technologies, and this invisibility technology is no exception. Professors and researchers at MIT are currently crafting a very unusual type of invisibility technology. They are creating a dynamic and flexible material that basically mimics the responsive behavior of cephalopod skin. Cephalopods like octopus, cuttlefish, and squid are able to blend in with their surroundings at a moment's notice. They can change the patterns of their skin, or even the texture if need be. This allows them to become virtually invisible to predators. Scientists, through extensive research and advanced technology, are hoping to duplicate a cephalopod's camouflaging abilities. If they can do this, then soldiers could become invisible on the battlefield.
So if they're
Before we
working
move
on
on,
it,
be
my
sure-
head says that they've already got it.
Yeah. So let me see here. This is on a channel called MRU Patel. I don't know necessarily Mr. U Patel. I don't know. Definitely would go check that out if that's something you're interested in. Definitely something that piqued our interest.
Yep.
And absolutely anti-Jack. We appreciate and we see you. We see the awesome work that you and Indy, that you guys, you and buffering, all the awesome mods that are just awesome at modding. And I appreciate you guys. My new detail, Indy, Brofist, you guys. Y'all rock. We are honored as well. All right. Now we're starting on a whole tangent. This is going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Okay. All right. Just so you know, Barack Obama's chef died on a pond on his property. The official story has changed multiple times. They're hiding the identity of the second paddleboarder. Police are leaving blanks in their notes. No information. Okay. The media isn't even curious about what really happened. And the left will breathlessly call you a conspiracy theorist when you simply state the obvious. None of this is adding up. Okay?
No, I'm like,
kept
what are
using
y'all eating that you're because
No, man, it's simple.
Clintons
It doesn't matter
also-
what they're eating, I think, in my opinion. I don't think it's that crazy. I think that chefs is a relatively normal job where you don't have to be extremely classified, or they don't care about your classification as much as they care about your actual cooking. Okay? So if you're a good chef, unfortunately, it's possible for you to be around information that you shouldn't have been around. So in my opinion, they had a dinner, they had him nearby, and they were so scared that he heard them that if it is this way, if they did kill him, then, whatever he heard the wrong thing,
That's much more logical than where my brain went. My brain was like, okay, hold on.
They must have been eating something.
They're lizard people and they're eating other people, and he knew that, and so he had to be gone. But that's not rational, of course.
All right, so on this topic, we move on to the second. Okay. All right. Obama spotted at golf course with bandaged fingers days after mysterious paddleboarding accident, claims the life of his personal chef and friend, the Gateway pundit. So this is mainstream. So Obama, with some messed up fingers. Okay.
Or he saw something. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's weird. Of course, we've shown the footage of him backstroking, swimming. Okay. Now let's just listen to this. If it wants to. Right now, it doesn't want to. Erg. Give me a second.
I heard that the oh man, I really don't like to say their names.
Clintons.
Yep. I heard that they had a chef that also drowned hiking back in the early 20 or 2000. I don't remember exactly when, but
the Daily Mail is reporting that there's something strange going on with the police call logs on the night Obama's chef drowned. In the section where the cops are supposed to write the reason for the call, it was left blank. Could be a mistake, but every other call that night was properly filled out. Police haven't released the 911 call yet or said who made the call, but the logs also state that the call came from an address 2 miles away from the Obama home. But when this story first broke, we were told it came from the Obama's property. We're also finding out the 911 call was made by a woman. And we'll keep you updated on the story and give you answers as soon as we have them. The Daily Mail is...
Okay, well, that's not the one that I had. Let me see here. Let me see if I go back. Maybe they'll...
There, that one.
Oh, no, I went too far.
With the down. There you go. I think that one.
While Barack Obama was on Martha's Vineyard this weekend, working on his golf game, we learned new details about the death of his family's personal chef, Tafari Campbell. A new report from the Daily Mail has identified a female Obama staffer as the person who was out on the water with Tafari that night. According to the Mail, the woman tried to reach the chef after he fell in before swimming to shore to get help. She then reached a Secret Service agent at the Obama compound who called 911. Last week, we also told you that the section where cops are supposed to write the reason for the call was originally left blank. Now, local law enforcement's telling us it was left empty due to a clerical error. We have a FOIA request in for the 911 call and the body cam footage of that night, and we'll update you as soon as we have more information. So far, this appears to be a tragic accident, and our heart goes out to the chef's family and to the Obama family. While Barack Obama...
Okay, so bear with me real quick.
Because that still ain't the one he's looking for.
All right, I got it now.
We have new...
I got it.
This time he means it.
Yeah.
Details about the tragic drownings of President Obama's personal chef, Tafari Campbell, whose body was recovered just 100 feet from their Martha's Vineyard estate on Monday. The Obama's whereabouts during the incident? They were, in fact, on the island, but say they were not home when Tafari went missing Sunday night. Today, the island's medical examiner conducted an autopsy and found no external trauma or injuries. And we're awaiting results of the toxicology report. In a statement to Fox News, Massachusetts State Police say there's no evidence the death was suspicious, adding that a second paddleboarder saw Tafari slip and fall into the water. He was not wearing flotation and was not leashed to the paddleboard, and the fellow paddleboarder also told police he tried to swim and help Tafari, but he couldn't reach him in time. Meanwhile, new video from 2019 shows Tafari in a swimming pool doing freestyle, backstroke, captioned #survival skills. Looks to me like he was wearing flippers. And in a tragic coincidence, Tafari is not the first presidential chef to have drowned after leaving the White House. The Clinton chef, Walter Scheib, drowned in a Utah ravine while hiking in 2015. Again, our hearts goes out to Tafari's family and to the Obamas, and we'll keep you updated if we get that 911 call.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
While we're on the subject,
I think it's simply he heard too much or he knew too much. And that this is probably a very common occurrence for the less classified normal people in these people's lives who are accidentally around at the wrong time for too long, or if they so much as think that you know too much, you're in danger.
Right.
These people are dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
But if someone was straightforward, didn't have anything to hide, nothing, you know, nefarious going on, would these things happen? That's the point. That's the problem. That's why the cover up.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe like an isolated incident, because I do think accidents happen type deal, but not like it does. Not, you know, it's too many coincidences. But anyway, speaking of, check this out. Check this little tiddly diddly.
Yeah, just let us know what you think. Sorry, trying to avoid the music. Let's see. Codename Renegade. See, I'm not familiar with that code name.
I'm not either, so let's not just throw it around.
Michelle, codename Renaissance. Sorry, babe. I don't know. Is this a bunch of hogwash?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was sent to me, so I thought it was, you know.
Yeah, very interesting.
At least worth showing you guys. So, noun, renegade. Someone who rebels and becomes an outlaw. A disloyal person who betrays or deserts his cause or religion or political party or friend.
Huh.
So that's his code name. I didn't know that. I don't know. What does anyone know of these code names? So the suggestion here, or the whatever they're inferring that he's a cloned pharaoh.
Okay, that's pretty.
That's out there. That's
right,
definitely
that's
out
pretty
there.
out there. That doesn't mean that I'm not open enough to think that, well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. A minute detail says perhaps the chef saw more of Michelle than is supposed to, exist.
That's true.
That is very possible. T, you had a good point with I'll just say the 700 that and the 400 that they had up in chat earlier. Or Barack Obama himself said that his ideal leadership situation would be to be sitting in a basement in his boxers and basically phoning in basically operating a puppet.
Right.
That he would like to make the shots through someone else, and then guess who is in charge right now?
Yeah.
His old buddy, old pal.
That's right.
Right. So I don't know. About the cloning stuff, I don't know.
I wish, okay, you see, I know Red says cloned by aliens and dropped on Hawaii, and that makes me sound like a crazy person, okay?
Wait, who?
But
What?
Red's, I was just reading
Red,
the comment.
cloned by aliens dropped on Hawaii.
We have, for a few years now, you have been able to clone your dog.
Thank you. Eli shed some light for us. He says, look up the meaning of the word renegade. That is his Secret Service nickname. Get out of freaking town.
I mean,
so
we just read the meaning of it, but I didn't know that was a Secret Service nickname.
And so apparently, a renegade is like a betrayer of.
What? Look at that. Is it still music or does it talk now?
Still music.
But here's the thing. Here's why I can't just say no. That's crazy talk. Because for a few years now, the wealthy are able to clone their dogs. So if your dog or something dies, you can go and have it cloned. Lambs have been cloned. They've got woolly mammoths, woolly mammoth meat. They plan to have the first woolly mammoth cloned by 2028 or something like that. So, and then remember, shush.
What?
I was just gonna say, you want to talk about rituals, all right? We were just talking about that Egyptian ritual where the mummies got brought to the museum.
So they all have these code names, and so they all start with R: Renegade, Renaissance, Rosebud. What was the other one? The other one was oh crap. It's okay. I just saw it.
That is the 18th letter of the alphabet, I believe.
The 18th letter?
I believe so. R. I'll have to confirm that.
That's weird. 18 is 6 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Weird. And then, there is the definition right there. Someone who rebels and becomes an outlaw, a disloyal person who betrays or deserts his cause or religion or political party or friend, etc. Wow. Yeah. So, I guess I'll just let that be.
Yeah, that was a ponderer.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting?
That's an odd one.
It's just something to keep in your brain, and then if the situation arises again in the future where it's relevant, you'll have it. But that does look an awful lot like him right there. That sure does.
MLP, what's up? Good to see you. All right, moving on. Tyranny comes in all colors.
That's right.
That's
right.
That's just a quick one. We'll move on. Heartwarming alert. If you like me could use a pick me up right now, call 707-873-7862. A group of Bay Area students ages 5 to 12 have pre-recorded pep talks, and they are full of wisdom, beauty, and hope. And Tiff called this number earlier, and I don't know. I guess you guys can decide if y'all want us to call this live on air. We'll call it.
But not everything out of San Francisco is terrible.
Yeah.
How sweet is that?
Yeah. I have to say it was heartwarming. It brought a smile to my face. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, we'll call it right now.
That's right. One in the chat if you want us to call it.
Yeah, just one in the chat. And let's see. So there's like, you call the number and there's like multiple options that you can choose. There's like, Charm Life Lady says do it.
Obama
Burner phone?
halted human cloning. Yeah, like publicly, but that doesn't, there's black budgets. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
But not cloning in general. Wow, that's right.
Below
all right, let's call it.
The phone radar.
We got 111. All right.
All right, hang on. Let's see here. 707-873. There we go.
Hi, welcome to Pep Talk, a public art project by Westside School. Bienvenidos a Pep Talk, un proyecto creado por los estudiantes de Westside School.
Para un mensaje feliz, presiona 5.
Please listen to the following options for encouraging messages. If you're feeling mad, frustrated, or nervous, press 1. If you needed words of encouragement and life advice, press 2.
Be grateful for yourself. Dude, live it up. Be you. I trust that you can make things right. Be happy. Try it again. Believe in yourself. If you're feeling up high and unbalanced, think of groundhogs. It's okay to be different. Always stay together. Don't give up, power through. We all really like you. Never back down, never give up. The world is a better place with you in it. Everyone is capable of doing anything. You just have to let yourself shine. Bro, you're looking great. Be responsible. Be nice. Choose weird. You are okay. We love you.
To donate to keep the hotline going, press 0 to receive a text with a link, or go to peptalk.net.
That was awesome.
It's got multiple options. It's just, I don't know. It's heartwarming.
That was, bro, you look great. That was the best one. That was the best one.
I thought a lot of them were good. Exactly, Independent Mini. Think groundhogs. All right. Moving on.
A discourse about the end times. Jesus said, remember Lot's wife. The only thing we know about Lot's wife in Genesis 19:26. But Lot's wife looked back and became a pillar of salt. The angel of the Lord said, don't look back at what's burning down. Don't look back at what I am finished with. Don't look back at the thing I am delivering you from. Don't look back at that thing. Look forward to the future. It says, but Lot's wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. She got calcified and stuck in a place that she was only meant to be passing through. And our world has shifted and a shaking has happened and things as we've known it are burning to the ground. And that word look back in the original language, it's look back with longing and a desire to go back. Her attachment to the past was greater than her commitment to the future. She wanted what she was leaving more than what God had for her in the future. We are so busy looking back and longing for the old that we're not moving into the new. There's 170 women that are either mentioned by name or alluded to in Scripture. But
that's right.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling, if you're struggling with past mistakes or where you're at right now, or not seeing the path or not knowing, you don't have to see the whole path, because if you see the whole path, you might not go. If you see The
Right. If you were to study the journey, then you would tell God that the destination isn't worth it.
Right.
But if he can just get you to the destination, you'll see that it was all worth it.
That's right.
You know.
Trust him step by step. And don't look back.
Yeah. That's a great message. All right, so we're going to get into some of the word here before we close, but it's going to be a while, guys. Please smash the like if you haven't already. Make sure that you're subscribed, and if you'd like to help us, please leave us some comments at the end of the video.
That's right.
That would be a blessing. Humble yourselves under the mighty power of God, and at the right time, he will lift you up in honor. 1 Peter 5:6. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. That's so true. For a day in the courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. Psalm 84:10. He was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Isaiah 53:5. Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see.
That's right.
God woke me up again today. I am so blessed. Okay. How about amen that you were on the wake up list?
That's right.
Right?
T, I agree.
That's right. I mean, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. 1 Corinthians 2:9. My covenant of peace shall not be removed. Isaiah 54:10. What you have learned, received, heard, and seen in God's word, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. Philippians 4:9. Bow down thine ear, O Lord, hear me, for I am poor and needy. Psalm 86:1.
That's powerful.
Yeah. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Colossians 3:13. And it is a big deal, man. It's just about going to God and taking that first step and telling him, I cancel the debt. They don't owe me anything. Okay. And I forgive them, you know, and it just starts by making that first step. Jesus said, I am with you every single day to the very end of the age. Matthew 28:20. He's with us, y'all. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. Isaiah 40:31. Jesus said, I've called you friends because I've let you know everything I heard from my Father. John 15:15. Jesus said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word of God. Luke 4:4. This is bread.
That's right.
This is food. Not bricks. Not throwing bricks. Throwing bread. You know what I'm saying? It is safer to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than to confront a fool caught in foolishness.
If there is one message that I could put for the masses to hear, it would be that one right now. Because that, like, I don't know if we all have hero mentality, or that's a lot of people, is that, you know, our generation was kind of raised like thinking that, you know, we're all Neos, we're all the ones, you know, we're special, right? And so we want to save people, but we can't save anyone. Like only Christ can save anyone. So, so a lot of times in these situations out in public, we'll see somebody, you know, in these videos acting up, and somebody else will go in to confront them, trying to be the good, trying to be, but really they're just bringing themselves down to that level, and now they're both stumbling.
That's right.
So, just pray. In all things, pray for them. If you see something going on, pray for them, you know.
That's right. Leave it in his hands.
That's right.
A minute detail, brother. Thank you so much. Remember, no is still a valid answer to a prayer.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right.
Or not right now. You know? Or what you pray for might not look like what you thought.
That's right.
Your idea, you know, might not be the same. The Lord declared, I will put my laws into their minds and write them on their hearts. I will be their God and they shall be my people. Hebrews 8:10. So he's already, that's that, again, on my new detail. Thank you so much. That is, you know, what is morals, right? Because it seems like the left is starting to see it as a social construct rather than, because they, you know, they forget creation, they forget God. And, you know, not all of them. I'm talking about the extremes. Okay. I'm talking about the extremes,
Right.
the people that are advocating in debates for abortion, stuff like that. Okay. So your conscience, that small, still voice, whether saved or unsaved, everyone's got a conscience, right? The pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. So there's going to be plenty of good people, right? I was a good person. I'm a good person.
But it's not
Does
through
it
your
matter?
acts. That's
You know,
right.
right? Because it's not by works, least any man should boast.
That's right.
So it's not going to be based on you alone. You know what I mean? And so God has already written, where does your conscience come from? Right here, Hebrews 8:10, where he says that I will put my laws into their minds, right? Okay. And that he will write them on your heart. So that's where it comes from. Him. It comes from him. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think.
Amen.
Romans 12. Changing the way you think. Lord, help renew our thoughts and our attitudes. Help us let the Spirit renew our thoughts and attitudes. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. 1 Corinthians 13:16. Do not throw away this confident trust in the Lord. Remember the great reward it brings you. And it speaks about confidence as in something that if you choose, you can throw this confidence away. So it's very much a choice. Confidence, you can choose to basically let it go. You can choose to not be confident.
Yep.
You know, which sometimes it's weird. Like when you shine a light on these subjects, you're like, like, you know,
Right.
I didn't think about it like that.
Because it's a living word, and so it speaks to you at different times depending on where you're at.
And our last verse here, 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. So, oh man. Okay. So, you know, not the best, not the worst. You know, there's so much going on that it's hard to grab a hold of things. And, you know, I'm honestly just thankful that you guys, you know, could be here to hang out with us or chose to be here and hang out with us. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you guys chose to hang out with us. And that just means the world to us. It's very special, and we're very humbled, and we're very honored. Like, you know, Anti-Jack was saying, we're very honored that you guys choose to be here and hang out with us. We very much love you guys, and thank you just for that, you know. And, you know, anything outside of that is just a blessing. If you share this with a friend that's like-minded or a believer, or if, you know, anything at all, it's a blessing, anything outside of that. And I thank you so much, guys. And that's absolutely right. It is a heck of a time to be alive. There's just so much going on. And a lot of folks were woke up, you know, their eyes were open. The scales were removed from their eyes 10, 20, 30 years ago. And they should be shepherds, you know, and just learn to speak in love, and to have that patience that God has with us, and to have that understanding that God has with us, and to lean into that understanding and that patience in love, to shepherd, you know, the younger folks who they're awake. They're like, hey, something's not right. I see that this is a lie. These are lies. This is all ruining my life. You know what I mean? And there's a big movement, you know, a big shaking going on. And so, you know, we just got to pray. We just got to pray. There's just so much going on, guys.
Yes, there is.
Hey, Southside Boxing, much love. Thank you all for being here, guys.
AMD, Minute Detail, MLP, Charm Life Lady, V.
Red,
Everybody,
T,
so good to see you
Karen,
guys.
John, Anton, where's it kill? Everybody, we love you. Anti-Jack, we love you, and thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. With that, I guess we're going to close. You guys keep your head on a swivel out there. You know, try not to be complacent, but to be comfortable in God's arms, that God has you. And if you stay there in Jesus' name, that like, you know, you're going to find it, you're going to be strengthened. It's going to be harder and harder to overwhelm you. It's going to be harder and harder, the attacks in your life, you know, because, you know, there's all the stuff going on in the world, and then there's all the stuff going on with us.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that, you know, if you go to God, that, you know, he will help you. He will be with you. Willingly overlooking known evil. Yeah. But there's also another awoke. You know what I mean? Like woke was taken over, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was.
Right. So like pre-extreme leftism, which I guess that's been a thing for a long time, but like, I don't know, 2010, 2014, when people were like awake.
Right.
That was the original woke.
That's right.
Not the patriarchy, but essentially
Illuminati was something people
the agendas against us. We started to wake up to the elites planning and plotting, but we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We wrestle against powers and principalities and the rulers of evil or wickedness of this world. That, you know, this isn't a battle between people. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That there are people who are being used, okay, through emotional deception or political deception, you know. So we really have to be careful and guard our hearts, because everything we do flows from it.
That's right.
And anyway, guys, hijack. That's right. They hijacked it. Red, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I suck at saying thank you.
Thank you so much. That is awesome.
It's like a Southern goodbye thing. I just keep saying thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Well, I guess that's all we have for this evening. I love hanging out with you guys, and I can't wait to see you. So just keep an eye out for the notification, some weird thumbnail. We'll see you guys here next time. Don't forget to go do and don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right. You don't have to. You can bring these issues, all of them, to God, and you can. That's the hard part, really. The hard part is us letting go.
That's right.
You know, is us leaving it with Him.
That's right, because like
we get addicted to revisiting the problem and thinking that we can do something because that's what our mind wants to do.
That's right.
But you can slowly get out of that. You know what I mean? To where you're like, it's in His hands.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have to focus on this. It's in His hands.
The older I get, the further away I get from God helps those who help themselves. Because yes, I do. I don't believe God wants you to not work to not provide fruits. Like the Bible says that a man that doesn't provide is worse than a non-believer. But I am saying that He tells us to be still a lot. So we have a tendency of trying to get in there.
God will fight for you. All you need to do is be still.
Exactly. So I'm like, yes, like He wants you to do. He wants you to go to Him is what He wants. He wants you to go to Him and everything that you're doing. And He, you know what I mean? Like He will guide you. So anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
He will guide you. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you so much, guys. Please, if you want to help juice the algorithm, please leave comments at the end of the video in the comments section. It would be a blessing to us and help boost us in the algorithm. Other than that, guys, y'all have a wonderful evening or have a great day as we're in the morning. We'll see you guys on the next one. Much love, guys. Bro Fist. Thank you so much, Red. Independent Mini. Thank you so much, Minute Detail.
Eli, so good to see you.
Yeah. Bro Fist, guys. Bro Fist. Much love.
and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sophia from Hanson Robotics. ABC News.
Hey, good work.
Russian troops continued their offensive operations in and around Bakhmut during.
So let's go. Get up, pick up your mat, and walk.
Ha ha ha.